NICE is a charity that was set up to bring conductive education from Hungary back to the UK back in the late 1980s. And by 1991, we'd established ourselves here in Birmingham, and since then have become a hub for conductive education nationally and internationally. Families normally will find us either through word of mouth by meeting with other families or through professionals that may have referred them here. All of our families are living with a neurological movement disorder. In childhood, that might be cerebral palsy. In adulthood, it might be Parkinson's or stroke. So really, our families are coming to us when they're out there searching for help for being able to manage these conditions and get the most out of the abilities of the person. So we start all of our services here at NICE with what we call the milestone group, and that's for any child or parent really who sees that their child isn't quite achieving the developmental milestones. It might be that that'll be a long-term disability. It might be it's just a short-term problem. So we don't wait for a family to have a diagnosis. We believe that if the parents are concerned about their child's development, if we can help them, we will. So a lot of the focus of working with children of such a young age is play, because they've got to find that movement's fun. It's not exercises at that age. We need to help the parent and the child interact with each other, play with each other. There's lots of singing, lots of toys, noisy toys to try and attract attention. The conductors running these programs will have planned every minute of that session. They'll know exactly what they're trying to achieve with the child, but all of that, although on the surface it looks like it's a play group, it's actually a very highly constructed program which is designed to trigger these individual needs. Parents always say to us, we see the light switched on. So we bring in, if you like, a bundle who is our child, and we take away a child with a personality. And when we have our graduation and you see these cheeky little kids all standing there, proud as anything of what they've achieved. So it's probably the one service where you see the biggest achievements because of their age as well. Our school group is an independent special school. So our pupils come here either full-time or part-time. And the idea of that is we're merging the therapy with their educational input. So all of our children coming here face a number of challenges. The first one is always a physical challenge as a result of brain damage. So it might be that they're not able to sit up, not able to walk. Communication can be a huge problem, and many may have visual or hearing impairments as well. And what we try and do is to meet those at the same time as providing them with a rich schooling, so that they're not missing out on all the things that other children take for granted. Being able to join in their maths and their English, but also at the same time develop all of these skills that they need to learn as a result of the disability. So our job is very much to demonstrate to the parents not what the child can't do in their challenges, they know that, they're living with that every day, but how can we turn that round and how can we show them things they're proud of? And again, you see that pride coming. They're proud when their child stands for the first time. They're proud when they take their first steps. They're proud when they say the first words. And that's so important to a family that they can see their child blossoming and developing. Our adult services are obviously very different to our children's services. Adults tend to come here for an hour-and-a-half session, that may be once a week, it may be once a fortnight. Our aim there is to build on their knowledge they've already got. So all of our adults who come here have been diagnosed with a neurological condition. Usually the main ones are Parkinson's, or sadly they've suffered a stroke. So within our sessions, we're giving them a range of tasks where we use a rhythm, and that rhythm comes in the form of a count, and that's to speed up their movements. We'll also make sure they move every part of their body, so we'll focus on large movements, rolling over, sitting up, as well as smaller movements like writing, speech, and then moving around as well. So it's quite a fast-moving session for people with Parkinson's. For people who've suffered a stroke, it will be a much slower session. But that's taking into consideration what's happened in the brain. So really, it's movements from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, and every combination in between. The vast majority of people that come to us in our adult services are receiving no other help anywhere else. So there's no statutory help, there's no help. They may have finished rehabilitation with the NHS, and they are very often, they are now stuck in their homes and not sure what to do. So we find people coming in are often really struggling emotionally as well as physically. And by giving them that key to taking back a little bit of control and feeling like they can themselves can do something, you start to see that confidence grow. And that can lead, we've had people who now suddenly go on holidays again, and yet they stop doing it. People who go out. I had one lady who now goes shopping on her own, and that's massive for people that used to do that, of course, so naturally. NICE's unique feature is the system that we use, conductive education. Conductive education is only available in a small number of centres across the UK, and here at NICE we're also the hub for training. So we provide the training for all of the conductors in the UK through Birmingham City University, and you'll see those in the group. So the students are here, not in the classroom, but hands-on in the group, learning the craft. And that sets us apart from other centres, because we are the only ones in the UK that do that. A lot of people with disabilities, and now of course with access to the internet, will read all these stories of the things that they're not able to do, what their prognosis is, and it isn't always a positive feature. Conductive education as a system is built where we control an environment, we plan an environment to allow the person to thrive, and that makes us quite unique.